D is a part of B, D is a part of A also. D is subset of A, D is subset of B. In miscellaneous, critical thinking is required. So you should know belongs to means, so X belongs to A and X is not a subset of B, then X belongs to B. But if X is not in A, because A is subset, if X is not in A, it should not be in B. But you know very clearly, A intersection B they gave is same as A intersection C. They want you to prove all four as what? Equivalent. Welcome to the session, dear students. In today's session, I am going to discuss problems on miscellaneous exercise. Problems of miscellaneous exercise of chapter 1 will continue. Decide among the following sets which sets are subsets of one another. First, A they give. A is what? X such that X belongs to real number. X should be real number and X satisfies X square minus 8X plus 12 equal to 0. Understand, my dear students, they gave an equation. When they gave equation, solve the equation and get the element. So now the set is in set builder form. First I'll convert it into what? First, to write the elements of A, I'll convert it into what is called as roster form or tabular form. In order to do that, let us solve the equation X square minus 8X plus 12 equal to 0. Now find the factors for 12. What are the factors for 12? So we can write the factors for 12. Sum should give you minus 8 and product should give you the number. So I can take 6 and 2. 6 2s are 12. Minus 6 minus 2. Minus 6 minus 2. If I multiply, I'll get plus 12 and if I add, I'll get middle term. So x square minus 6x minus 2x plus 12 equal to 0. Further in these two, I'll take x common. So x minus 6. Again take minus 2 common, it will become x minus 6 is equal to 0. Take x minus 6 common, x minus 6 into x minus 2 equal to what? 0. So now product of two terms are 0 means equate each term to 0. That is x minus 6 equal to 0. That implies x is equal to 6. And x minus 2 equal to 0. That implies x is equal to 2. So now we have two values of x. So you got set A. So earlier set A was in set builder form. So they gave an equation, solve the equation and get the values of x. And now I can write A. Set A is what? Exactly 6 and 2. So 2 comma 6. And set B is given. What is set B given? 2 4 6 8 D. 2 4 6 8 so on. And set D they gave 6. Now they are asking you decide among the following which are subsets. Now it is easy, you have elements with. So D is the subset of A, do you agree? D is subset of A and A in turn is subset of B. A is subset of B. Therefore D is also subset of what? B. D is subset of what? B. So D is a part of B, D is a part of A also. D is subset of A, D is subset of B. What about A? A is subset of B. That's it. These are the following subsets. So DA, AB, DB. Subset means what? Part of set. You know subset. A is contained in B. D is contained in A. That's what we can say. Next. In each of the following, determine whether the statement is true or false. And if it is true, prove it. If it is false, give an example for it and justify. If it is true, prove it. If it is false, justify. See, we read this as what belongs to X belongs to A. Means X is an element in A. A belongs to B means A is an element in B. Please understand. A is an element in B. X belongs to B, they told. See, please understand. B is a set. A is also a set. A is in the form of B. A is present in this. So, therefore, is it true means false. How can I decide false means? Let us take set. Set A I'll take set A with two elements, say AB. I'll take set B. They told A belongs to B. A belongs to B means this should act as an element. So set B contains AB, one element, and say D, E, something like this. Now here they told X is in A. X is in A means element is in A and that set is in, see here I can say A belongs to A. A is in A and here A, and also this set A is acting as an element in B. A belongs to B according to the context I have taken. But if you observe, X means A, this element A does not belong to what? B. So small a is not an element in B. So set AB is an element. Separately A we don't have. So therefore this is how we can prove. So the statement is false. That's why in miscellaneous critical thinking is required. So you should know belongs to means if I write X belongs to B or something, then this is an element. Now this set acts as element. So this is not subset. They told A belongs to B means what? A is an element in B. So A means this whole thing, AB, according to me. And we don't have separate element in this set, you can see. So therefore what is the conclusion? When element X is in A and A set is in other set, not necessary that the X should be in B. That is the conclusion. Next, A is subset of B. If A is subset of B and B belongs to C, A belongs to C, they are asking you. So please understand, to solve this, first you should know belongs to. This symbol is read as belongs to, and this symbol is read as is subset of. Is subset of. Subset means part of a set. Belongs to means element of a set. So now A is subset of B and B belongs to C, means the B is acting as an element in C. Then A belongs to C, they are asking. First you define some elements. A I will take subset of B, they told. A I will take only AB, and I will take B with some more elements, say A, B, C. Okay, it's more than enough. 3 elements I will take. Now do you agree? A is subset of B and B belongs to C, they told. B belongs to C. I will take another set, say C is containing B. C is containing B means, so C contains say some elements called E, D, and also it contains say A, B, C. See, now please understand, this set B is acting as one element. This is one element. So I took this, and I want to say A is subset of B. A and B means A I took a small set and B I took superset of this. According to B belongs to C, they told. So I took a C such that it contains B. So these 3 I have taken. So now I should check whether this is satisfied. A belongs to C. A means what? The whole set small AB. Do we have whole set AB? We have elements AB in another set. Please observe, I can clearly say from this set, I can say A does not belong to C. Therefore, whatever they give, the statement is what? False. The statement is false. Why I can say it is false? Because A is subset of B and the B is acting as an element. B is a superset. So this is one element. And please understand, you cannot argue, sir, A comma B is in C. A comma B separately we don't have. This whole thing is one element. This is set. Set is different from element. That's why this is false. I can say A is not in C. A means what? Set containing only AB. We don't have set containing only AB. We have a set containing ABC. This is different. Therefore, what is the conclusion? False. Each of the following determine whether it is true. So read this first. How to read this? Same heading, true or false you should determine, and then if it is false, give an example. So A is subset of B, B is subset of C, then A is subset of C, that all. A is a part of B, B is part of C, then A will be part of C, is the question they are asking. So I will take A is subset of B, A I will take A comma B, B I will take A, B, C, A, B, C, 3 elements, let us assume. And this B is part of C, they told. I will take set C with more elements. B, A, B, C compulsory should be there, and D. Then only see these 2 are true. So now A is subset of B and B is a part of C. B belongs to C and therefore means every element of B is in C, and that implies you can see A and C, link A and C. A is subset of C. AB are present. So A is also part of what? C. So it is transitive, we'll say. A is subset of B, B is subset of C, then A is subset of C. This is true. When it is true, no need to give example, you can generalize, leave it. You can see, you take 3 sets such that first one is subset of second one is subset of third. First is subset of what? Third set. First is a part of this means definitely it will be a part of this set. Got it? My best example is basic math students, set of basic math students is subset of second PUC commerce students, which in turn is subset of Vidyashram college. So set of basic math students is subset of first PUC commerce. Set of first PUC commerce is subset of Vidyashram college students. So therefore, set of basic math students of Vidyashram is subset of what? Vidyashram college students. So like that, if A is a part of B and B is part of C, then A will be part of C. That's it. So remember this as a result also. If A is subset of B and B is subset of C, then A will be subset of what? C. Remember that. A is not subset of B, B is not subset of C, then prove that A is not subset of C. So if A is not part of B and B is not part of C, then you should prove A is not part of C. So we'll see. A is not subset of A, I'll take AB. B, I'll take BCD. C, I'll take C should not be subset of A, and they did not give restriction with C, they did not compare. I'll take C as what? ABC. ABCP. Now whatever they told, I took it. A is not subset of B, you can see the elements AB, A is not here, A is not a part of B. B should not be subset of C, B, C, D are there, here I have B, C, but D, the element D is missing here, B is not separate of C. So therefore, what is the conclusion? What about this? AB is present in A, this C. But here, I gave an example, but here we have one of example where A is subset of C. Do you agree or not? So if these two are true, this may not be true. So answer is what? False. When it is false, give an example. I gave an example. I took A as what? AB. I took B as BCD. I took C as what? ABCD. Like that you can permutate. You can take any elements. Means what is the conclusion? If one set is not subset of other set and the other set is not subset of other set, and first and last need not be holding this relation. If A is not subset of B and B is not subset of C, not necessarily A should not be subset. Here I proved A is subset by taking an example. So X belongs to A and X is not a subset of B, then X belongs to B. So X belongs to A and A is not subset of B, they told. A is not a part of B, but X is there. This is true because if X is in A, it is not subset, they told. If it's not subset, X may be present in B also. So now for example, I'll take set A is equal to AB, C. I'll take set B is equal to A, B, D. Now I have A belongs to capital A and the same A belongs to what? Capital B also, but it's not subset, but still we have elements, and for all if they mention, it is not true. They are not given for all, so we cannot conclude. So if X is in A, if A is not subset of B, X may be belongs to B or X may not be belongs to B also. And I gave one example. I will take element say C. C belongs to capital A and same C does not belong to what? Capital B. So therefore my second example says it is false. Next, in each of the following, determine whether the statement is true or false. A is subset of B, they told. X is not in B, they told. X is not in A, they told. So if X is not in B, X should not be in A, they told. Definitely if X is not in B, it need not be in A. But if X is not in A, because A is subset, if X is not in A, it should not be in B. So therefore this is true. If element is not in B, it should not be in what? A. X belongs to every element. If it is in A, the same element should be in what? B. If X is not in B, it should not be in A because A is contained in B. If I draw a Venn diagram, this is your B, this is your A. A is contained in what? B. If an element is not in B, if something is not here, it will not be here. Means it is outside, means it will be outside A. It's not in B means what? Outside B. Outside B means it definitely it will be outside in A because this is true. All of you understood. A is subset of B means what? A is contained in B. A part of A is a part of what? B. If element is not in B, then definitely it will not be in A, because A is a subset, A is a part of it. If student does not belong to Vidyashram PU college, then he do not belong to Vidyashram BM, basic math students. The main set is what? Vidyashram PU college students. Subset is basic math students. If he does not belong to Vidyashram college, he will not belong to basic maths Vidyashram. So like that we can conclude. So A is contained in B. If element is not in B, definitely it will not be in A. This is true. So we'll prove this by what? Definition method. That is, let X be arbitrary element. Let X be an arbitrary element in B, set B. And two cases arises. X belongs to A, and the other one X may not belong to B. X may not belong to A. So I'll take X belongs to A. That implies X belongs to A intersection B, because I took element in B. So it is belonging to A means it belongs to both. But you know very clearly, A intersection B they gave is same as A intersection C. I will take X belongs to A intersection C. X is in A and B. X is in A and C means, you see, X is in A and B. X is in A and C means B is a subset of C. This is the conclusion. And the other way is, say I will say X does not belong to A. That implies X belongs to what? A union B, because it is already in B. If it is in B, it is other case X does not belong to A if I take union B. But you know A union B they gave, A union B is same as what? A union C they told. X is in combination of A and B, combination of A and C means again conclusion is B is in C. Similarly, no need to prove. So A is subset of B, B is subset of C I proved. Similarly, you can prove C is subset of B by taking the same way, but don't waste your time. I took B here. Instead of that, you can take C and prove it. So we just write similarly. Similarly, we can prove what? The other way around. C is subset of B. If B is subset of C and C is subset of B means both are equal set. B is equal to what? C. They want you to prove, we proved it. I took one arbitrary element in set B. So if it is in B, there are two possibilities. It may be in A or may not be in A. I took it belongs to A. If it is A, if element is in A, it will be in its intersection, and A and B. It is in B as well as in A. So it is in common. See, I assumed arbitrary element. Let X belongs to what I assumed? B. X is in B. I am assuming X is also in A. X is in B and in A means it is common. Common means what? Intersection. So X belongs to A intersection B. But they gave A intersection B is same as what? A intersection C. Instead of A intersection B, I will write A intersection C. So from this I will get B is a part of C. And similarly, X is not in A. It is in B. It is not in A. It is in B but not in A means I can take it belongs to union. It belongs to A union B. If you know A union B is given as what? A union C. Instead of A union B, put what? A union C. So X belongs to A union C. So therefore, what is the conclusion? B is subset of C. Similarly, you can take an element, arbitrary element in C and do the same thing. Then you will get C is subset of B. We got B is subset of A and we will similarize. Similarly, C is subset of B. If B is subset of C and C is subset of B, then we say B and C both are same. That's the conclusion. Next, show that the following four conditions are equivalent. Equivalent, they want you to prove A subset of B, A minus B is null set, A union B is equal to B, A intersection B equal to A. They want you to prove all four as what? Equivalent. So now I am leaving this problem for you people. I'll check how many of you can do it by arbitrary method or anything. So in my next session, I'll be starting with this problem 4. So some problems in the exercise you think and solve. First 3 I have done. So miscellaneous exercise, in board exams they will not ask. In second PUC board exams, say exercise and worked example they'll ask, but miscellaneous will help you to get the knowledge and it improves your skills. So to get the full content or to get into the depth of the subject, you need to solve miscellaneous. So I am leaving this particular problem for you people. I expect you people to solve this and I'll see you in my next session. So in my next session, I'll be going ahead with problem 4 and remaining. Some interesting problems I'll pick and I'll solve. So thanks for attending. I'll see you in my next session. Thank you.